Hey everybody, a few weeks ago I did a video on my YouTube channel regarding creating a mock-up using Photoshop. And I got a few private emails back asking would I consider selling that mock-up. And the answer is yes, but I'm going to go one more better. Now, actually, I take that back. I'm going to go two more better. And I'm actually going to have three different templates that you can actually receive. Are we ready for this? Let's do it. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, this is dedicated to photography and as a photo artist, trying to push ourselves creatively out of the box. And this program is dedicated to a mock-up video I did a few weeks ago, and I had a few requests by private email if I would consider selling that mock-up. And I just showed you in the intro, and the answer is yes, but I actually created two more. There's a problem with that the mock-up that I did. So let's dive into it and let's take a look at what I did. This is the one I did a few weeks ago. By the way, if you never saw that video, the show notes will have the link to it, so you can watch that and how this was actually created. And there were some minor problems with this. Not big problems, but something that bothered me a little bit, and that is the mock-up is only good for vertical images that you see right here. And what if you have a landscape shot or something you want horizontal? Well, you can't do that. And so what I did was I went in there and modified this a bit so you can actually customize this a little bit further than what we did in the mock-up, and I'll show you the differences in a few minutes here. But this is the one I did, again, a few weeks ago, and this is permanently in there, and that vase with the flowers. But you could actually drop in some objects. I actually did a candle there, and you can move the candle around, whatever. But that's what you would get, say, out of the box with that one that I just did. But what I did was I created a couple more, and I actually worked really hard on this. And that is, I got rid of that vase with the flowers using clone and AI and that, and it took quite a while to get rid of that. And then I'm giving you I think it's 4 different plants that you could put there if you want, and you can make them bigger, smaller, move them around. And then, of course, the candle's still there. And then you can change the background color if you notice. The other one was gray. So you can go in there and modify the color if you want to maybe complement the colors that are used in your images. The next one I'm going to show you is going the landscape, because a lot of people do, if you're a landscape photographer, a lot of your images might be in a landscape mode. And oops, what do we got here? Look at that. We got a different object. You can put your own objects in there, but I'm giving you a couple there. And again, different kind of plants and stuff like that. And you can change the color of the background. So a little bit more customizable with having these total of 3 different templates. One will be vertical and one will be horizontal for you. And this is just another example right here. Okay, so let's take a look. I don't need to see that. Let's close out of that. And let's take a look what you would get. And before we do that, if you could do me a favor, if you're getting anything out of this video, or if you're new to this YouTube channel, if you could like the video, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and hit that notification bell. That way you'll get notified when I upload a video. Plus, it really helps push this out to other people that would be interested in this content. Okay, so where do I find buying these templates? I'm going to show you the templates here in a minute, but you would actually go to buymeacoffee.com /Stephen Photo Artist. You will actually see this in the link here, but it'll actually be in the show notes. Let me go to that website. So again, you'll see it's buymeacoffee.com /Stephen Photo Artist. And this is what's called the homepage. That's where you're going to be defaulted at. And if you go to the extras tab right there, you will see now added here with my other items I have for sale. And by the way, this is just a great way of giving back and supporting the channel. I don't want to charge people, $25, $35, $50 for this stuff because I know most of you people are part-time. This is a hobby for you. This is fun. And my attitude is, if you spent $35 on one of these items, well, I keep the price down low from $5 to $7. You could cherry pick what you want And that allows you to be exposed to more different types of content at a lower price. So that's why I do that. Because a lot of people, I get criticized from people I talk to and meet for lunch and that, and they go, why are you putting that up there so inexpensive? And I go, well, most of my audience, they do this as a hobby. It's free. So anyhow, this is a new one here. It just says, hey, Photoshop mockup template with training video, $7. If I click on this, and it opens up, you can actually click on a promo video that will show you more about what you're getting and stuff. And then you could add that to your cart and, and cash out. So that's where you'll find it. So let me close out of this. We don't need to be there. And let's take a look at what you're going to get. So here, once you unzip the files and you download everything, this is what you're going to get. Number one, a mock-up video that's going to go a little bit more in depth than what I'm doing right here, because right now I'm just going to showcase you what you're receiving and the changes I have made. Also, you're going to get 2 sample images to work with. You want to use your own images, but to help you get a jump start, I just threw in these images so you could use it. So again, there's one that is vertical and and one's in landscape format. These are the 3 templates that you will receive right here. Now, this is the original template. So let me open that up. And if you're new to the channel, if you don't know what a template format is, it has the extension PSDT. It's the T that makes it a template format. It just means that when I open this up, and again, this is the original one I did weeks ago. So I'll just double click on that to open up. It makes a duplicate copy of the template, but it's a normal file, but it's not saved. It's called untitled-1. And so when you're editing this and making modifications, when you save it, it's going to force you to save it as whatever you want it to be, PSD, TIFF file, whatever. But the thing is, if you really mess this up and made a lot of mistakes and go, oh man, you can delete the file. You have not affected your template. The template's always intact right there. So it just helps protect that template so you don't actually override it. Okay, so this is the template. I'm not going to show you how to use it because I did that in the video, the show notes, so I'll have the link to this. But this is permanent. So if you take a look at the background here, see how everything disappears? And again, I can't modify this. So I worked really hard to get rid of that and give you some different options. Now here you're going to see I added this to the basic one. So there's different plants here as I click on this. And you can move the plants around. And there's a different object. There's a seagull. And there's a candle. Okay, so it's 3 plants. I thought maybe I gave you 4, but you can bring in your own if you want. So that's a change in the original mock-up that I did. Okay, let's close out of that. And let me demo one of the, let's go landscape, because I'm always doing portraits. So let's go to the landscape one, double click. Let that open up. And let's resize this so we can see the whole thing. And you would go over here where it says place image here. So I'm on that layer. If I double click to open that up, oops, something wrong with my mouse. There we go. And when this opens up, I will go to the file drop-down menu and you choose. And again, all this stuff will be in the training video. I love the fact that I want you guys to have the training video to download because that way you can watch this stuff offline. You don't have to be connected to the internet. And you want to choose place embedded. And when you do that, a dialog box is going to open up. Go find your image. So we're going to choose this one right here. Click on place, and it will drop it into that area. Now, you want to make sure you're covering the entire black area. So I'm going to expand this a bit and just tweak that a little bit so everything's covered. Enter on the keyboard. And then when I close out of this tab right here, okay, it's going to ask you, do you want to save it? Yes. Now, there's the image embedded. Now, into this template, what I did was, number one, I brought in some non-destructive adjustment layers. So if I click on this as an example, you could actually, hey, let's brighten up that image. Let's make it, darker, whatever. But you could fine-tune your image if you want, change the contrast. If I select this one right here, also saturation, if you want to bump it up, bump it down, whatever, that's all up to you. You can also add your own adjustment layer. If you come down here, and let's say I want to make this black and white, my recommendation is make sure you're on this layer right here, because this is going to happen. If I click on the menu right here to do a black and white adjustment layer, it automatically put it above the one I selected. Not a big deal. But the key thing is it's actually clipped. You'll see the indent arrow right there. That means it's only affecting the layer below, which is this layer right here. So if I make any kind of adjustment like this, it's only affecting that area. If I didn't do that, let me get rid of that. Let me delete that. And I was on this layer as an example, and I came to this Oreo cookie dipped in milk, not the official name of that icon. But if I choose, again, the black and white, notice what happened. Oh, everything is turning black and white. Why? Because this is affecting everything that's below that. And I don't want that. I only want to affect the photo there. So I need to clip that so it only affects this layer down here. So what you could do is go into Properties, click on this icon right there, and it will be clipped. Okay, so if I click on it again, notice everything went to black and white. Click on it again, it's clipped now just to that image, which is your image, which is really my image in here. But okay, so just in case you did that by accident, make sure it's clipped, and that's how you do it. I don't need that there, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't want it black and white. The point is that you can add your only, you can add more adjustment layers in there. Just make sure it's clipped so it affects your image. Okay, so let's take a look at, I gave you this before, and in the first one I was showing you, but let's say I want this seagull. Well, if I grab my move tool, I can move this around, except let's make sure we're on the correct layer, Steve. So there we go. I'm on the seagull layer, click and drag, move that around wherever you want. I want to change the size, Control-T, Command-T on a Mac, and I'd like to make that a little bit smaller right there. And let's just move that, say, in this position right here. And then, again, enter the keyboard. The different plants, I was showing you that before. There's that plant right there. There's that plant and that plant right there. It says, I like that plant, let's say. So make sure I'm on the layer right there. Control-T, because maybe I want to make this just a little bit bigger. And again, you can move this around. It's got a shadow underneath everything. And I'm going to move that about, say, right there. Enter on the keyboard. Okay, so that's all your customization right there. Also, to go further, and I'll go further into the training video for you, but there is a category called background, and I'll just wait for the training video. You can watch that if you decide to buy this. But this is the area called wall. This is where you can actually get into actually changing the color of the background. So by default, it's this color, but I'll talk about, hey, you could change the color, do whatever you want to do with it, modify it, or actually choose a color that's in your particular image. Okay, so that's the mockups. You're getting just a quick review. You're getting 3 of them. And again, just a reminder, if you're new to the channel, and even if you're not, if you could do me a favor again, please like the video, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and hit that notification bell. That way you'll get notified. And also, if you have any questions about anything, my email address is right here at the bottom of the screen. It's stephenphotoartist@gmail.com. It also will be in my show notes. As a quick reminder, the link to how I created the first mockup, I will have that available in the show notes so you can actually watch that. And again, if you're interested in getting the 3 templates, just simply go to buymeacoffee.com/StephenPhotoArtist. You will actually see that also in the show notes. Okay, so with that out of the way, everybody, let's get that camera out. Let's push ourselves out there creatively, thinking out of the box. Until next time, see ya.